necessarily understand, but I'm trying to make a difference. And part of what we're trying to do in the magazine is to just open those conversations and help people understand, you know, if you don't have a melanin rich skin and you don't have textured hair, you can't understand the perspective of the other person that does. And you can't understand the history that's brought them to their understanding of their world. So what we need to do is just try to be a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more understanding, and get our education makers to actually start changing the story. We've had the opportunity to change that story for the last few years with the updating of the National Occupational Standards, and they still are not up to date. Our education is still not being holistic and full. It's still being kiltered to white Caucasian, and whether that's in skin or whether that's in hair, we are still leaning heavily towards that, when we are moving in the next couple of decades to being a more heavily diverse population than white Caucasian. We are going to be beyond the 50% of and that's like, you know, globally there is going to be more people of diverse background than there are white Caucasian. And we really, really need to understand that that needs to shift, and our education needs to be updated. And there's complexities around it, and there's hard conversations to be had. But I feel that, you know, hopefully with all of us starting to make those little changes, that maybe the doorway starts opening more, particularly in the UK industry.
For sure. And I think it's important that these are necessary conversations. And it's not a case of conversations that, okay, well, you're right and you're wrong. Conversation is about coming to a place of understanding and, you know, being inquisitive about, okay, well, what makes you have that perspective? What is it that I may be sort of like missing, or what is it that I need to sort of like learn? And I think it is important to frame these necessary conversations that will be challenging at times, maybe sometimes uncomfortable, but isn't that what growth is?
Yeah.
Don't we need to like experience those things to then move and shift and grow? Not all of the time, but the catalyst for, you know, change for lots of different people is, well, I don't want to settle for less.